Kia ora, tēnā koutou, Simon Lafahau. I'm Interface Design Manager for the City Railing project. At City Railing, we're not only creating New Zealand's largest infrastructure project, we're also creating a social and cultural legacy which will last long after we're gone. From water trickling over precast basalt walls at Maungawhau to the beautiful spiral shapes of the Piu Piu snail at Karingahape, you'll be able to feel and hear and see the elements of Tamaki Makaurau's cultural past manifest in our station buildings. So the key design korero for our station buildings is a creation story, which has been gifted to us by Mana Whenua. Legend has it that Skyfather Ranginui was in a lasting embrace with Papatūānuku, Earth Mother, and Tāne, their son, pushed them apart to create light and thus life. 4 separate design elements are the key aspects of delivering the creation story in our stations. The first one is Ranginui Skyfather, which is the sky facade, which is around the top of the stations. The second important one is the Papatūānuku, Earth Mother, which is down at the base of the stations themselves. Then there's the aspect of Tāne Mahuta pushing them apart, which is either seen as the canopy around the station or in some of the structure that we have that holds the station apart. And the fourth element is this particular one about each deity, atua, in each station, which is manifest in the thresholds as you enter the station.
Kia ora, my name's Tessa Harris. I am the Mana Whenua representative artist for the Maungawhau Station, and I've been put there through my iwi Ngāi Taiki Tāmaki. The main inspiration behind the design at Maungawhau Station is the story of Mataoho and the volcanic past of Tāmaki Makaurau. Mataoho being the deity of the volcanic activity around Tāmaki. Another key component to the design was the basalt and the geological context of the ground below Maungawhau, the way that the fresh water flows between the crevices and fractures of the basalt, and also representing the atua of freshwater parawhenua mea.
Kia ora, I'm Gillian Hatch. I'm the project architect for Maungawhau Station. When people first walk into the station, they'll see a precast concrete wall with basalt triangle inserts. And each of those red glass triangles, which were made by Sophia Athanel, represent the 53 Maunga of the Auckland area. For the concourse flooring, we're using terrazzo that uses basalt that's been reclaimed from the site, but the basalt itself in the wall is from the mountain.
So the stone that we're using, or basalt, just like any other stone, has a mauri or an energy to it. So it's fitting that that taonga comes back to the station, and it's also fitting that it's enhanced. It's come back in a better state, in a more beautiful state. So the water wall also is representative of the tears of Ranginui after being separated from Papa. These tears can also be seen on the sky element, representing the tears by the blue triangles.
On the exterior of the station, the earth element wraps around the base of the station, and this is, unlike the other two stations, this is a basalt element, which represents the basalt of Maungawhau. Just above you as you enter the station, at the station entrance, there's a bronze threshold element. So people walk under that element in order to get into the station, and that's what they're greeted by. The bronze threshold element is made up of a series of triangles, and as part of those triangles there's small perforated triangles that will be lit from above. So particularly at night time, the threshold element will glow. So on the threshold element, the words written underneath it as you come into the station are te ipu matahu, to welcome people as they enter into the station. Above the concourse of the station there's a large skylight, which will mean that throughout the day the station is lit by natural light, and you'll be able to see the sun tracking across the sky.
So the play on light on the exterior, if you're kind of approaching the building from the right, you'll see a pattern which will be completely different from the pattern that you see from the left. The shingles kind of capture the light in a different way, and you can almost see the reverse of the pattern when you're entering from the other side. The facade will be backlit, and it'll almost be a beacon in the dark.
So the key challenge of this mahi was integrating the narratives of Maungawhau and then also the creation story with the functional elements of the station and its precinct. So an example of this is the ventilation building, where the ventilation building functions to house the tunnel ventilation system for the tunnels. So it essentially allows the tunnels to breathe. Mana Whenua artist, Graham Tiffany, took this sort of function and then used it as a narrative for the design of this building. So it's about breath, it's about life. And that's represented on the outside of the ventilation building. And this sort of narrative for the precinct is also represented across the bridges in the area, which tie back to sort of the central idea of the station.